Okay, so you don't have to return this to me next week, but I do have something else I want you to return to me. But we're talking about taxes. Taxes is money that we would pay from our paycheck. So when your mom goes to work, she gets a paycheck, and part of her money is taken out of her check for taxes. Or when your parents, they pay for their mortgage or they pay for whatever it is that they need to buy, there's always a little bit of tax at the end. Taxes help us in a lot of ways. Because we are a democracy, we are trying to get people to make good choices. So there's different services that are paid for by our taxes. So one of them is our police officers, our firefighters, all of those people who are helping us be safe. Those are paid for through taxes. So when your mom or dad is working and part of their paycheck is pulled out, it's because it's going to pay for the taxes. Same thing with your school and then like the library, like the Seguin Library. All of that is paid for through taxes. The ones that we pay for, the public schools, are paid for through property tax. So even though you go to a private school, we still get a little bit of money from the government to help us with things. We got some through COVID relief and things like that. All of that money comes from taxes from people. And then the government, their job is to use the money they take wisely so that we can have really nice things like our roads are paid for. If you've ever been on a toll road in Austin or Houston, when you pay a little bit of money because you went on that road, that money goes back to helping the road be nicer and not have big holes in it and stuff like that. And then there is those taxes that pay for things like parks and pay for things like schools and libraries and pay for police officers and paramedics. All of those things are public and they're from the public. And so it's paid for by the government, and the government gets their money from the people who are working. So it's kind of like we help each other work it out. And now taxes are, sometimes it seems like it's a lot, but it's there to help us. And that's the purpose of taxes. Another way that we can talk about how our taxes are used is in certain hospital settings. Some hospitals are private, some hospitals are public, and those public hospitals are the ones that can help you. So what I did, we're going to do this one. You're taking how I got hurt. So I drew a picture, and this is how I got hurt. I hurt my ankle. I fell off of a stair. So then I had to go to the hospital, and I got x-rays and stuff like that. And I didn't pay for all of that because I had insurance, and also because there were different programs to help me with that. And so that is one of the ways, and I'm going to grade you for that. I'm not asking for like beautiful, like perfect work, but I'm asking for you to do your best, and you're going to tell me all of those things. So that is your social studies. And then there's going to be an assessment, and you're going to tell me what government service is pictured. You're going to answer true or false, and then tell me which one of those is being used. Taxes are going to be used. And then the last one is to help pay for emergencies. So those are all in your little booklet, if you look in your booklet. And that's social studies. So those are your social studies grades. You don't have to send home this part. You don't need to send this back, but you do send back the other two papers so I can grade them. And then also, we are doing science. We're doing water. So we're talking about different things in the water. And there's two kinds of water. There's salt water, and then there's fresh water. Salt water is the ocean, and then there's like a couple of lakes that are salty. But the salt water is important because it has more buoyancy. There's different nutrients. It's a different way of things. So larger animals live in the ocean because there's more space, there's more of a lot of things. And then there's also fresh water, like your ponds, like your lakes, like your rivers. And those are less salty, less brackish, less of that. And what happens is there are different kinds of animals that live in the saltwater and the freshwater. So if you're looking here at this, you have animals that live in saltwater and animals that live in freshwater. And so with this activity, we're going to do color these pictures, and then you're going to do which one is saltwater and which one is freshwater. I had a little issue with the copier, but I didn't want to waste paper, so it's not perfectly center, but that's okay. And then there's a little activity on the back, which is kind of fun. You're just going to take a little plate and a sunny day and some saucers, and you put some water in the plate, and then you're going to do this part of the activity, and then I want you to draw a picture of animal that you like that lives in water. So if you want to draw a dolphin or whatever. And then the other fun thing that you get to do for science is talking about the water cycle. The water cycle is the way that we get water. So we have the beginning is collection. So wherever the water is, it's collected in a lake or it's collected in the ocean, and then it evaporates. So the sun is going to make it go up into the air, and then it's going to condense into a cloud and turn into precipitation. So you're going to make this little booklet, and I'm going to send home a little Brad thing to put in there as well. And then this is worth 5 points, so make sure you do that. And that is science and social studies. All right, girl, have a good one.